day, everybody. We're on Morsels of Thought number 1912, and I just drove home from San Diego. So I've driven about 560 miles in the last 24 hours, and I want to start our. What I did was I lost my phone. Then I found my phone, but I lost my other phone. And then I found my phone, but I'm looking for my keys. And I'm home, but um, not inside yet. Anyway, we're reading from Cavin Balaster's How to Feed a Brain: Nutrition for Optimal Brain Health. Brain function and repair. Oh gosh. Okay, so we're on page 79, and this is where we stopped last time. So there was a lot of words that I find very long to read that I like synaptogenesis. Who ever heard of that word? Until this book came along, and there it is, synaptogenesis. We're learning all about it right now. And let me kind of adjust all this because I have to figure out how to do this in the car. Fortunately, I'm here in the daylight still, but ordinarily I would have wanted to get this done in the morning. But when I got up today, I started driving before before dawn, so I actually have been driving all day long, and now I'm waiting for somebody with the key to my house. But enough about me. Page 79, supplementation information. Citicoline, a good supplemental form of choline, has been shown to not only enhance memory but also to reduce brain edema, swelling, and the breakdown of the blood-brain barrier after T, BBB after TBI, both of which can result in even more damage to the brain. Cavin Balaster says, I like to supplement with 600 milligrams of citicoline while also eating choline-rich foods like egg yolks, broccoli, and organ meats. If your healthcare provider advises higher supplementation, the Institute of Medicine (IOM) has proposed a tolerable upper intake level maximum dose of citicoline to be 3,500 milligrams per day for adults, including pregnant and lactating women, but supplementation in therapeutic doses should be advised by a qualified healthcare professional. This is very wise of him. Because you know what people would do if they saw something in a book, they would probably follow it and then. Gastric feed information. He says, I prefer to get my choline from food sources in conjunction with supplementation. While supplying choline-rich foods, we can also add powder or capsules of citicoline to gastric feeds before blending. If your healthcare provider advises higher supplementation, the upper limit maximum dose of citicoline is 3,500 milligrams per day. Supplementation in therapeutic doses should be advised by a qualified healthcare professional. Docosahexaenoic acid, DHA. Again, DHA, oh goodness, is a kind of omega-3 fatty acid that is largely found in fatty fish like mackerel, sardines, salmon, and tuna. As shown in the Vegans and Vegetarians section of the book, there are studies showing the uses of omega 3s in waking comatose patients and accelerating neurological recovery. Because they seem to have an extremely potent effect on protecting the brain, not only are sports leagues very much interested in omega 3s and their efforts in preventing and treating brain injury, but scientists in the military are also inspecting this nutrient for brain injury treatment and neuroprotection. In 2011, an article in Military Medicine, the official journal of the Association of Military Surgeons of the United States, AMUS, wrote that, quote, a comprehensive, coordinated research program to evaluate the multiple uses of N3FA, omega 3 fatty acids, should be a high priority for the Department of Defense. Some clinicians are hesitant to use high dosage omega 3s because there is evidence that they thin the blood. An article published in the Journal of Neurotrauma, however, analyzes the literature and states that the overall clinical data suggests that DHA at doses up to 6 grams per day does not have deleterious effects on platelet aggregation or other clotting parameters in normal individuals, and fish oil does not augment aspirin induced inhibition of blood clotting. Check with your doctor if you need to be concerned. See feedabrain.com/omega for more information. Supplementation information. While in the short term it seems like therapeutic or very high doses of omega 3s can be beneficial, I do not think that more than 5 grams per day of omega 3s should be an ongoing practice. Additionally, the quality of the fish oil is paramount, and we need to be sure that the oil is not spoiled or oxidized. For this reason, in addition to eating plenty of cold water fatty fish, I like to supplement with up to 3 grams per day of a high quality fish oil. You can find these high quality fish oils at feedabrain.com/omega, and a vegetarian source that still contains EPA and DHA can be found at feedabrain.com/vegan. You may want to check with your qualified healthcare professional practitioner for amounts specific to you or your loved one. Now, gastric feed information. Supplementation in conjunction with whole food sources may be beneficial for this nutrient. When feeding through a gastric tube, in addition to including fatty fish, we can supplement using a high quality liquid fish oil like one of those found on feedabrain.com/omega. We can also use a high powered blender like a Blend Tech or Vitamix to blend a high quality fish oil supplement. Go to feedabrain.com/tools for high quality blenders. For vegans and vegetarians, we can blend an omega 3 derived from algae for for a good source of EPA and DHA. Feedabrain.com/vegan. Because cod liver oil is rich in many other fat soluble vitamins such as vitamin A, a um, cod liver oil may not be appropriate at therapeutic or very high doses. Work with a qualified practitioner when supplementing in therapeutic doses. Okay, so next week we will read from page 81, uridine. And then after that, there will be a chart and some recipes. before we reach chapter 10. Okay, so we will see you tomorrow for a Rules Day. Kinderhook!